Alright, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to add some player health. It's time we have a reason to look out for this enemy. We can take him out, but he can't do anything to us. So let's add an element of suspense to the game with player HP. What we're going to do in this video is I'm going to go ahead and hide the variable for my enemy. I know that it works. I don't need to hide, or I don't need to see his health anymore. I can hide it. But how about player health? Our player needs some HP points. So we're going to go to player, and for this sprite only, actually no, we'll keep it for all sprites. We're going to just say health. You could say HP if you want, but health. And we're going to set up a new sequence down here. And if you need to take a look at the code, I'll go ahead and zoom out so you can pause it. So you can copy all this down. I'll do that for each sprite right now before we begin. There's our player code, platform code, fireball, portal, ability to change levels, and enemy. Okay, let's get started. Zoom in here to find a new sequence, and we're going to say that when the green flag is clicked, set our health to a number. I'm going to say 100. Our player can have 100 health too. And if we touch that enemy, if we come in contact with our enemy, I'm already using more forever loops in this game than I anticipated. We'll have a little bit of lag. I think that kind of comes with Scratch sometimes, but we're going to want to go back and fix some of our forever loops later, but we'll get there. Forever, if we touch our enemy, if touching enemy 1, we are going to lose some health. And that's going to change our health variable. It's going to subtract it by, let's say 100. We can only take damage one time in this game, so far anyways. So we can test it out. When we click the green flag, sets our health to 100. And if we come in contact with this enemy, our health gets subtracted by 100. And now we have very little health. In fact, we are way into the negative. But we haven't told the game to do anything when we get to that 0 health point. So that's what we're going to add next. We're going to use a similar sequence to this, so we're going to duplicate it, but break apart some of it. Oh, I'm having a hard time there. And we are going to say forever if our health is equal to 0, we're going to switch to a game over screen. Yep, it's almost hard to believe. Game over? What? If health equals 0, we're going to switch to a backdrop called game over. Now, we don't have one called game over, so let's go make one. Over to stage and backdrops, and we are going to paint a new backdrop. And oh boy, let's change the whole look and feel of the game by turning it to white. We're going to keep it into this space kind of darker theme. So just going to turn it to bitmap, use my paint bucket, fill it back in. There we go. Now, when using text, it's really nice to be on vector because you can create a text box and drag it around very easily. We're going to go with kind of a reddish text here. And just for now, just to see that it works, we're going to just keep it simple. And I'm going to type in, I don't really like that font though, type in a game over screen message. I'll just do handwriting. Game over. Okay. And another thing about being on vector is you can not only drag it around, but you can move the corners of the text box around to make it bigger and smaller and stretch it out. Make sure you use the corners to get it consistent in size. All right. Now, one thing though is when we click the green flag, it's on the game over screen. we told it to switch to game over when, or we haven't yet. Make sure to go change that. Oh, I'm making mistakes. We didn't rename it. It says backdrop 1. Back to the stage. Then to backdrops. And rename this backdrop to game over. There we go. You may have already noticed and thought about that. So good on you for catching it. Okay. Background, game over. So as I was saying, when our health equals 0, our health for the player equals 0, switch backdrop to game over. But the game doesn't know to switch the backdrop to background when we start the game. And as I mentioned before, as our game goes on, we'll need to change these sequences a little bit. But there we go. I can zoom out so you can see all of this great stuff we've been working on in these videos so far. So if you need to pause it, you can compare everything you have. Your X and Y numbers might be a little different on your go-to. Otherwise, everything else should pretty much be the same. Okay, let's test it out. Let's go jump up there. We did it. Switch to our game over screen. Okay, now we'll end up doing some cleanup at another video, like maybe hiding our player here. Actually, we can do that right now. Let's just do it. We're going to say from an event, when backdrop switches to game over, we're going to hide our sprite. And you know, something that's really nice is you can drag, let me zoom in here, you can drag that block onto everything else. The only thing is you want to make sure the game knows to show your things again. And we'll have to do some more cleanup in another video, but we're going to say when the green flag is clicked. Yeah, we'll do it over here. We'll need to fix this in another video. But when green flag is clicked, show. And when backdrop switches to game over, hide. So as I was mentioning, you can drag this onto your other sprites. Easily take advantage of that code. Notice there is no show here. When green flag is clicked, show. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that on the next sprites. Okay, that should make it so you won't be able to throw it, I believe. Let me do a test on the projectile. If our player hides, we shouldn't have a fireball that goes to them. Push spacebar. Yeah, it won't show. Okay, that's great. All right, let's keep going. Drag over when backdrop switches to game over. Hide the portal. Show on the green flag. We got that. All right, let's do the same thing with the enemy. When backdrop switches to game over, hide. Okay, I think we got everything. Nice. Flag. We're back. We did it. Nice. We got a game over screen. We've got an enemy that hurts, and we can still take out our enemy as well. So let's move on to the next level. Platform number 2. He spawned behind us. Jumped up there and he got us. Okay, that's good stuff. More enemies to come, sounds to come, more exciting things like collectibles and title screens, experience, so much more, and maybe even new spells. Oh yeah. Okay, good luck out there. Happy coding. Good luck and have fun. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. Like these videos and hope you find them useful. Take care.